Hey, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. I like Dr. Greer's stuff, and this is about hiding this stuff in plain sight. For 60 years, they've known about anti-gravity systems, and that would change everything.
Rockets, oil, gas, public utilities, surface roads, think about this, steamships, internal combustion engines of any sort for at least 60 years. And if you really go back to the earlier part of the century, we're just plain free energy from Tesla type things, 100 years. But you're stepping on a stockpile of money and commodities and mineral wealth being traded, oil, coal, other uranium, that's worth, in the aggregate, several $100 trillion.
Several $100 trillion. So, this is this is why they don't want it out. They don't want to give up their power and their stuff they're doing behind scenes. They control all these politicians.
Not the Prime Minister of England, etc. So let's just pull the mask off and just admit that we're living in a period of petro-oligarchs, kleptocrats, klepto meaning theft, like a kleptomaniac, kleptocrats, and that this sort of myth of free markets and a free society and an open and free democracy is just a myth. Because our democracy was hijacked decades ago. Now, on trivial issues like the marginal tax rate or whether you're going to raise or lower payments for Social Security, the President and Congress can fight about that, and it's sort of this show going on, a whirling dervish show of nonsense that goes on. On these issues, they don't want those clowns, is how they view it, dealing with it. So this permanent, unacknowledged covert program has put a lead ceiling in. And only rarely does anything bubble up from there, or down, I should say, to the body politic.
So it's not going anywhere. Then he gets a question on medical stuff, and why hasn't it come out?
Where you could actually regenerate spinal column or a severed limb and nerves, things of this sort, cancer, other diseases. But the problem is those use technologies that are transdimensional. What do I mean by that? They use
Transdimensional technologies. And he explains a little more on this, but this one reason it's not coming out is it would lead to also they can learn how to use this stuff to free up a lot of the other areas also.
subtle energy technologies that aren't just kind of like acupuncture, but I mean that are electromagnetic systems that are very, very high tech. Almost like in Star Trek where they wave a thing, but that would actually work reliably. But there too, I mean, you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars in pharmaceutical and conventional medical. There's agribusiness, medi-business, military-industrial complex. A lot of toes would be stepped on. But also, more importantly than that, is that if you open a window into an application that's medical related to these technologies, people are going to see the energy implications of it. And with that, it's goodbye oil. It's goodbye coal. So they've been sequestered for the same reason the energy and propulsion technology. Yes, I understand from men and women I've worked with that there are amazing technologies that relate to medical systems and curative and reparative, regenerative technologies that are trans-dimensional electronic systems that would just blow your mind. Yeah, and so unfortunately, in a sense, our medical system is sort of Stone Age from that point of view.
But there is medical information that can help.
Yes, there's medical information that can help. And one of the things I've said, there are multiple, look at this whole issue of disclosure. First, there's the basic information, we're not alone in the universe. Then there's the fundamental technology, energy, propulsion. And then there are all the ancillary or associated technologies, medical, environmental abatement. Ken Shoulders, who was a scientist, discovered charged clusters that would, under right conditions, neutralize radioactive material. So you could take all the radioactive waste in the world and neutralize it. This was proven. And the Department of Energy was going to fund the next level of it, and the people in this cabal circled their limousines and said, no, you will not. Because it was pulling energy from this quantum vacuum 0 point to do it. I know the people who were part of that initiative, all of them. So there are so many spin-offs and benefits of disclosure of this central issue, but that's the reason it's secret, is that the implications are so huge. It's not just the energy sector or the transportation sector. It's the medical, it's the pharmaceutical, it's all of it. But, you know, would 99.999% of humanity benefit if it was used peacefully? Now, there's a big caveat. If it was used peacefully, yes.
We're going to end it there. Great talk. I'll give you the full link on this. It's about 13 minutes long. Mine's only half of that. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Think about what's going on behind the scenes that we're not privy to. And it reminds me of the movie where we are living in two separate worlds, those that are pawns and those that are masters. The masters have privy to everything, and the pawns have privy to only limited stuff. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Good day.